They just told me credit card only, put your card in the machine. I ain't feel right because I should be able to use cash.
If you have a bank account or use cash, you need to watch this because many businesses are going cashless in 2026.
St. Louis institution makes a resolution for 2026, going cashless in the new year.
Is opening a full-size cashierless grocery store. It's scheduled to open tomorrow in Bellevue, Washington. The store will feature walkout technology. You don't have to go through a checkout register to pay. The store also offers Amazon package pickup and returns and a system that attaches your account to your palm print.
Some people believe this is a great move, but others believe there's going to be some really negative consequences.
I feel like it's really good because, personally, I don't carry cash on me very much anymore. So.
Having cash, it's just really an inconvenience and everything. So I think making things cashless just makes things more convenient, more quick.
To our schools, 90% of our kids don't have bank accounts.
And the councilman pointed to older consumers who may want or need to pay with dollars.
If you have no documentation, if you have no permanent address, if you have no credit history or an abysmal credit history, then you have no means of purchasing goods and services.
Here's the breakdown on what's really going on.
Warmth, filling cups at Silver Fern Cafe in Northeast Minneapolis. Customers who paid a visit did not pay using cash.
Most people have a second form of payment, and so it hasn't stopped them from coming in.
Leah Lysick is the general manager.
When we very first opened, somebody broke in and ended up stealing from us. And I think after that moment, the owner just felt it was safer to remove that just as an option.
What is the reaction from customers?
Yeah, so far, most people have been awesome.
I rarely carry cash, so it doesn't really bother me, honestly.
It's a business model picking up steam across the Twin Cities. For instance, all the major sports venues in town, like Target Field and US Bank Stadium, no longer accept cash.
Now, most people believe this is for businesses' own convenience, but having cash at a business can lead to deadly consequences.
On Sunday morning, employees were locking up for the night when 3 robbers rushed into Barcelona wine bar. The men tied up 4 employees and shot and killed Chelsea Beller even after she did exactly what they told her to do.
Robbery was taking place at Barcelona wine bar. An Uber driver tells a dispatcher she was on the phone with someone inside the restaurant when the robbers entered. What people outside Barcelona didn't know is that these robbers did more than just take cash. Once inside the restaurant, they tied up employees. One robber took Barcelona employee Chelsea Beller to the safe. She gave him the cash, but he still shot and killed her.
And now with the stop production of the penny, there's been a national change shortage, causing businesses to go cashless because they don't have the exact change for customers.
I have a credit card or a debit card, but other people don't have it.
Wendy Larson says she went to Walmart on Wednesday for her mother, who only carries cash. She had no idea there was a coin shortage and found out at the register.
No cash payments today, cards only.
Or they're putting up signs.
I could see it being an inconvenience to some people, yes. Because some people only pay with cash. Some people don't have cards yet. I don't know. Yeah, so it just kind of depends, I suppose, in person.
Personally, I think most people use credit cards anymore. I'm strictly cash. I don't know. It's kind of scary. I've never seen that before. I'm not sure what to think of.
Larson says she's still using cash elsewhere and wonders why there isn't more publicity about the coin shortage or who is only taking cards.
Now, the death of the U.S. penny brought life to new problems for business owners and consumers.
There's a lack of guidance, and that's confusing for people.
Ted Rossman is a senior analyst for Bankrate, a personal finance website. He says no federal guidance was issued after penny production ended last month, and now business owners are trying to figure out checkout prices on their own.
Consumers should know that sometimes when you pay with cash, you're not going to get exact change because the business may not have those pennies. And depending on where you are and which retailer we're talking about, they may apply this differently. Sometimes they may round up or down to the nearest 5.
President Trump ordered the Department of Treasury to cease production of the penny, saying it cost more to make the penny compared to its actual value. Since then, the American Bank Association and some congressional leaders have asked the government to lay down some rules on billing. Rossman says many businesses are rounding down to the nearest nickel in favor of customers. So if your bill is $8.63, the store may round down to $8.60 to be able to give you exact change.
Now, many businesses round up in order not to offend customers, but this is going to cost them in the long run and can cause higher tax obligations because in actuality, they're not making the money, they're actually losing money. Now they want a law passed through the federal legislation in order to correct this issue.
Business owners say the penny pinch could hurt them long term.
Some retailers push back on that and they say, well, actually at scale, even a penny here, a penny there can actually really add up to a lot of money.
The National Retail Federation announced it's working with bill sponsors on the Common Sense Act to nail down rounding guidance. Rossman says it's important to find a balance for business owners and Americans who still use cash as their main currency.
Older people like to use cash. A lot of low-income people like to use cash. While it may seem obvious to some about just use your debit card or just use Apple Pay, That doesn't work for everybody.
Now, this does cause negative consequences, especially for people with lower income and seniors who like to use cash. Now, is this against the law? It all depends, state or federal.
But can businesses refuse cash? Isn't there a law protecting consumers? Not federally. Private businesses are free to develop their own policies on cash unless state law says otherwise. Massachusetts was the first to enact a ban on going cashless in 1978. Within the last decade, several more states have followed suit, sometimes with exemptions for things like car rentals or farmers markets.
Additionally, there are people who are unbanked because they're migrants to this country, which cause an inequity and a danger to those who are in abusive relationships.
Not only does it leave out people who are unbanked, a population that is disproportionately people of color, immigrants, and elders, but it also excludes people who cannot use a credit card or debit card for a number of reasons. That includes victims of sexual assault, people fleeing intimate partner violence, and others whose personal safety can be at risk when their purchases and locations are traceable through the digital banking system.
Now, this is a problem with those who have trouble credit or who doesn't have access to credit. Credit is needed to live in the United States if we go cashless. So this month of January, I'm having my credit kickoff, and it's at 8 p.m. every Saturday to help you increase your credit score right here on YouTube. It's designed to increase your credit score by 100 points with me giving you tips and hacks. So if you want to join, subscribe to the channel because it's absolutely free, and make sure you hit your notification bell. Additionally, if you go to my website, you can download this free heart inquiry removal package. The link is in the description of the video and pinned comment section. And the biggest problem with most people with going cashless is privacy issues. Generally, when you use cash, it's not tracked. So you have the freedom of making purchases without it being recorded. And it gives you freedom of storing and controlling your own money source. But if you go cashless, then you have the threat of always being tracked. And additionally, you can be locked out of your hard-earned money because you can have it frozen at any time. And many of us know that's a level of control that we're already seeing in the banking, in the credit system, that we still want to maintain our freedom by having our own cash. But if we keep moving in this direction, they're gradually priming us because the majority of Americans do use debit card or credit cards, and not many people carry cash anymore. I find even with myself, I barely carry cash because you're constantly being conditioned to go in that direction. So eventually we can see us moving to a cashless society if we don't check our own behavior. There are states and cities pushing back on this rule, but ultimately we have to take self-responsibility and make sure that we carry cash and start to utilize it as a whole, because when it comes to the next generation, they're already priming them to actually not use cash for the allure of the convenient. And then they talk about the fraud level of using cash and the threat of it being stolen, which does have some valid points, but is it really worth our freedom? So that's something we all have to check with ourselves and our own behavior. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. More detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.